What's up? What's up? What's up, YouTube? How's everybody doing this evening?
Doing good, man.
Hit me in the chat. Somebody hit me up in the chat. Let me know that we're hot. Let me know that we're hot. How are we doing out there?
Let's see.
Is this thing on? Is this thing on? Anybody out there? John Tompkins, we're out there. Thank you so much, John. How you doing tonight, John? Mr. Tompkins, one of our regulars. Glad to see you here as usual. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we've got an awesome panel, man. We've got two awesome panels. In the first half of the show, we're going to be talking about the new sanctioning body in Texas, the Champions BBQ Alliance. We've got some of the leadership from that sanctioning body. I will allow Mr. Roddy Trevino and Mr. Fred Robles to introduce themselves to you guys. Say hi, fellas.
How's it going, guys? My name is Roddy Trevino. I'm with Lonestar BBQ, Vice President of the newly formed Champions BBQ Alliance, and I'm just excited I get to be here with CJ. I mean, look at this guy. Look at that shirt. It's all starched, and he's got his glasses. Are those prescription glasses? Or
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Prescription.
Oh, man, he looks so freaking good, man.
Now, glad to have you here tonight, Roddy. Mr. Robles.
Hey, guys. I'm Fred Robles with Rio Valley Meat Barbecue, President of Champions BBQ Alliance. Like Roddy said, man, look at that dude. I think he puts au jus, brisket au jus in his beard, man. He's got to. Yeah, that sucker's glowing. I need to try it on mine. Mine's looking a little funky over here.
Well, his LA is coming out too, man. He looks like one of those cholos from California, LA.
That's it.
You know, you just got to button your top button and you're set, man.
I've got on some khakis and I got some flip-flops on with some white socks.
I bet he's Cones, man.
I'm making it happen. Guys, so happy that you could join me tonight, man. We've got some folks out there that are really interested in what the CBA is going to have to offer, and we're here to give them some of that great info. Fred, I heard you say you're the president. Roddy, what's your title? Do you need a title?
I don't need a title, but
you need a title. What is it going to be?
My official capacity is vice president.
Okay, vice president. There you go. So you're the first mate.
Yeah. I've been called other things, but yeah.
No,
I think I've been called other things by you. As a matter of fact.
Easy does it, man. Easy does it. So, guys, I'm excited. I'm excited. And before we dive deep into it, let's talk about some backgrounds. Both of you guys are awesome competition cooks. You know, this live stream is not dedicated to competition. It's primarily just to get barbecue out there on a larger scale. But yes, because I am a comp cook, I do hit on that topic very frequently. So both of you guys are awesome comp cooks. When did this idea first pop up as far as this sanctioned body?
Well, I think not necessarily the sanctioning body, but, you know, Fred and I have been, a whole bunch of us have been talking about just doing something different, just doing something that's innovative, something that's technologically advanced, something that, the cooks have been crying for since I've been there cooking for 10 years, over 10 years. We all want to know where we land, right? We all, whether it's dead as last or first place, or in between, we want to know exactly where we're at. We also want to know why we're there. So, getting feedback, and we got the opportunity to finally put all of that together this past December. And, Fred and I and our wives and, some friends and, a lot of prayers got us to the point to where it's time to put our dream into reality, right? So it's been pretty hectic. It's like a speeding train. Sometimes we think it's going to be a train wreck, but the train stays on the rails and it keeps going. And you know, a lot of work, but I think we're getting to where, you know, our cooks, you know, our future members or anybody that cooks CBA, our friends or, you know, whoever is going to get exactly what they want. So, you know, through going back to your question, it was just through a lot of conversation, a lot of, you know, a lot of the talk was on the road, actually, you know, driving to, you know, different parts of the state, different parts of the country, you know, to compete. Just what if we were to do this or what if we were to do that? So we decided that by forming our own organization, we wouldn't have the roadblocks to keep us from accomplishing some of this stuff. So here we are, man.
I totally agree with you. You know, I can remember looking back over the years with cooks really begging for cooks really asking for some sort of feedback. And as a young cook back then, I remember some of the more seasoned cook who tended to be a little bit set in their ways. You know, saying that getting any type of feedback wouldn't change your wouldn't give you the ability to change your flavor profile or make adjustments, et cetera, et cetera. And I don't think that I ever really believed that. You know, I don't think that I really ever believed that. So the fact that we're now getting some feedback, I think is a great idea, and it's going to benefit cooks. Absolutely.
You
Now,
know,
both of you, Fred, go ahead.
well, I was gonna say the old, you know, Ricky Bobby mentality of you ain't first, you're last. It
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
matter what happens, you know, beyond 10th place. Well, you know, some folks want to know. They want to know if they, you know, came out on 12th or 13th or 20th or 25th chicken or, you know, whatever it was. So, you know, that's I'm kind of like people have so many different tastes that the feedback might not be helpful to some. But if, you know, you take it over a series of so many events, you'll be able to get all that information, gather it. And if you're getting too salty every single damn time, you know, guess what, partner?
You're
Your stuff's
salty.
too salty,
Yeah,
right?
you're
So
salty. Yeah.
you just gotta, you know, not pick and choose, but try to find patterns in what your cooking is.
Absolutely.
I absolutely agree. Now, Fredo, both of you guys are KCBS cooks. You've got quite a bit more experience than I do in that sanctioning body. Uh, as we look at their scoring system, uh, is uh, is is Champions Barbecue Alliance scoring systems anything similar?
It's similar in some ways. We are doing a single round judging system, which is something that KCBS does. We do have different weights on our scores, and we definitely judge differently. And the fact that we're judging, you know, in the box, we're not taking anything out of the box. In other words, our taste judges are not removing a slice of brisket. They're not removing ribs. We're judging with a plastic fork, plastic knife, and our turn-ins are different than they are. You know, they 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 say garnish is optional, but mostly everybody garnishes in KCBS. So there's a lot of greens in the box. To me, that's more work that I don't want to
Oh,
do. So in building the organization, it was like, okay, we want to take what we think is good from different sanctioning bodies or different organizations and utilize it, and what we don't like or what we don't see feasible, don't use it. You know, and that's the beauty of being able to do your own deal. You know, is and of course we got a lot of feedback from different cooks and not just KCBS, but a lot of different sanctioning bodies as to, you know, what would be the perfect sanctioning body. I honestly think that what we've created or are creating is, you know, is the ideal sanctioning body. You know, it's uh, I've always joked around with the notion of saying, you know, if KCBS and IBCA had a baby, what would it look like? You know, and it's CBA. You know, that's kind of where we're at right now. Something that you said earlier, Clarence. You know, putting all sanctioning bodies aside. You know, my goal in doing this is to promote barbecue, man. Is to grow barbecue because that's at the end of the day we're all cooks. You know, we all love to cook. We all love barbecue. Barbecue in so many ways has given me so much. You know, afforded friends like you guys. You know, I've gotten to see, you know, places all around the nation and collected awards here and there and made money along the way. And you know, so it's the friendships, it's the that I love about barbecue, about competition barbecue. And if I can grow that and maybe help the next guy in line behind me experience some of that, that's what I want to do. And the sanctioning body, it is what it is. But the love of barbecue is where it's at. And that's what we want to promote. We want to promote barbecue. At the end of the day, it helps. Guys like me at the meat market sell meat. It sells. You sell classes. It sells. The barbecue store sell rubs. It helps the pit makers sell pits. And it's a trickle down effect as far as you can see. So it benefits everybody just for barbecue to be healthy, for barbecue to be good. So that I think that's our end goal, and that's what we want to do, and that's what we look forward to. So that's where we're at, and that's kind of the whole idea behind starting this deal.
And I will tell you, man, you can poll 100 Texas cooks, and every last one of them will probably tell you, just like Daddy Dutch Barbecue was saying, that garnish in that box is absolutely overrated. It doesn't make your barbecue taste any better. It's just an additional step. So that, I'm sure, is one of the things that our cooks are very happy that you guys did not look to pick up. Now, I am no computer genius, man. I can only imagine trying to put the idea of a scoring system down into digits in terms of writing a computer program. How were you able to find people who could put that in effect?
By a campfire.
So sitting around a campfire with a beer.
I'll let Fred talk to this, man. But when he tells you, it's just gonna blow your mind, man.
All right.
It's gonna.
I don't know what part Roddy is talking about. But the idea of a scoring system has, to me, is, when we were on the IBCA board, it was something that I wanted to bring to IBCA and to the cooks and to barbecue in general. For whatever reason, what happened, and so we developed a scoring system. Then I presented it to the board back then, and that we're not using that scoring system. It's a totally different scoring system that we're using with CBA. And it's one of our like our dreams, me and Roddy, or maybe not dreams, but one of our deals was, man, what if we could create a scoring system that people could use on their cell phones or on a device, right?
Man,
forget paper and pencil, man. We live in an age of data, and an age of information, and an age of I want it right now type of deal. You sit at a stoplight and it's like, damn, that light never turned, and it's only 30 seconds or whatever they are. But we want to bring the innovation to barbecue. So in talking to people, and I always say that God's got his hand in everything, right? And everything happens for a reason. A good friend of ours in Paul Whitaker, Scooter's Barbecue. Yeah, I honestly didn't know what he did for a living, man. And in talking to him at a cook-off, and he had mentioned some ideas he had towards the scoring system, and we kind of tossed ideas around. He's like, well, I can create the program. I was like, what do you mean you can create the program? Oh yeah, I'm a computer programmer. And I was like, what do you mean you're a computer programmer? I would have never thought he was a computer programmer, but the guy's a wizard, man. So he fell into our laps, and it's the rest is history. He's created a system that a program or software that is, man, it's unbelievable what it can do. Of course, we've had issues along the way from when we started in Seguin, that very first cook-off.
Yes.
And we've worked out a bunch of the kinks, and are still working on stuff that we need to, finalize and get better to streamline the process. But for the most part, we can pretty much run any cook-off right now the way it is. So it's definitely innovative. It's definitely different. I think it's the future of barbecue, man. The age of pencil and paper, and having a head judge, punch in numbers, and there's a human error involved there, to where, instead of punching in a 9, they punch in a 6, and there goes your day. Here the taste judges are actually punching buttons on their phone or on their device, and it feeds the server, and the server does all the calculating. Literally, we could have awards 30 minutes after brisket turning if we wanted to.
Love it.
It's super fast, it's super efficient, it's super easy. So yeah, it's definitely a game changer, I think, in the barbecue world.
Love it. Hey, Fred, I will give. Hey, John Tompkins. I'm gonna have Fred answer your question because he is an accomplished cook in that KCBS presentation arena. Fred, John wants to know: do you believe the art is in the cook or the presentation?
I think it's a little both. I think if you, I don't think your presentation matters. And in competition barbecue, your presentation doesn't matter if you can't cook a good piece of meat. In other words, your presentation is the least of your scores. So to me, I'd rather it look bad or ugly or, but I want it to be tender and I want it to taste good, taste right, and you want to be middle of the road in anything. I think it's a little bit of both. Presentation, of course, everybody, like they say, people eat with their eyes first, right? So if it looks good, people are going to have that mentality of, hey, man, this looks really good. It's got to be good. So it definitely goes hand in hand for sure.
Fellas, I've seen on the chat, I've got a couple of different versions of this same question. People are already talking about expansions. What are your thoughts or ideas or your vision in terms of expansion into other states?
The thought is, we're going to go international.
We're going to conquer the world, right?
We're going to conquer the world.
Man. That's it.
But, here's the deal. And, Fred and I have discussed this, ad nauseum, man, just, constantly. We've already gotten calls from New Zealand, Australia, Canada, Europe, Italy specifically. And, throughout the states as well, Florida, Iowa, Wisconsin, California, and many other states. And, everybody wants a part of it. But let's get through a year, man.
Yeah,
let's get through a year and
slow down.
Yeah, let's see what we can do here. And then we can start looking at expanding. It'd be cool to hey, let's fly out to Australia and do a showcase or something like that out there, or to other different areas just to maintain and keep the interest. We might look at doing that, but the infrastructure, man, that we've developed has been, we have the right people in place right now in Texas to help us expand. And if you don't mind, CJ, I don't know how much time we got, but just kind of running over the people that we do have. We got Yadi Robles as a treasurer, Sarah, my beautiful wife, as a secretary. But then we move on to the rest of the board being, that's not our family. Bill Purvis is our director of operations. EJ De Leon, he's our director of judging. Luis Fernandez, smart guy, director of bylaws and so forth. Joey Machado is director of development. Director of media, Robert Rocha. Sean Larkin at large. Matias Serrata at large. And then we got all these guys in the different areas, Dylan De Leon, Eddie Tapia, Jaime Valderas, Cliff Archer, Aaron Leslie, Paul Whitaker, Seth Rodriguez, Jim Justinger, Kevin Caldwell, Laura Caldwell, Diana Rocha is helping us judge, Jesse Lopez is helping us judge. The people that we have are just incredible, man. So, we have a great infrastructure here. So we just got to take it out and ease it into the other locations before we throw it down.
And speaking of judging, what do you guys have in terms of a head judge training program? I know as you continue to pick up cook-offs, there probably will be a need for additional head judges at some point.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's what I've been working on. Yesterday when I logged onto your deal, that I looked kind of frustrated. I was working on that, and today I logged in a little late here because we were outside going over the system as well with some judges here. But yeah, it's definitely something that's getting developed. And our main goal and our main objective is that if you're going to cook in West Texas, it's going to be the same experience that you're going to have in Houston. And I want you to have the same experience that you're going to have in South Texas. I don't want one judge doing one thing one way, somebody else doing something different another way. So we want a consistent experience for the cooks wherever they go, wherever we have events.
I love the way that sounds. Now I understand there's a membership fee. What is that membership fee?
So it's a $50 annual membership, and it's a reoccurring membership. So if you sign up today, it expires a year from now.
A year.
It's a birthday type of deal.
Okay, okay, I like that.
I mean, with your membership, of course, we've got a lot of ideas in mind that we want to put together with our membership. One of them is having an affiliate program with our sponsors. Whether it be Chupacabra or Midland Meat Company or Texas Oil Dust or Blues Hog, have some sort of incentive program to where you can go onto their websites. They give you a 15% discount, 20%, whatever it is. In other words, to me, it's always been, okay, I'm paying $50. What am I paying $50 for? What value am I getting out of it? A lot of times you don't get any value, So what we're trying to do is we're trying to give you at least your $50 worth and then some. We've been doing these free pork classes, or I've been doing these free pork classes. You sign up to be a member of CBA. Hey, you can join a free pork class.
I'm signing up,
and I'm putting it out there.
I'm coming.
We've had in our events a lot of people who have attended the class that have done really, really well at the event the next day. We're hosting these Friday nights, so as long as you're a member, you can attend for free to these pork classes. So that in itself is worth the $50. I mean,
Sweet.
We'll also have on our website cbabarbecue.com for one of the gentlemen who was asking on where to see events and so forth. cbabarbecue.com. We'll also have a video section, CJ, where if you're a member, you can get into this section and you'll see demonstrations on how to cook chicken and how to place it in the box, and with the presentation and so forth, presentation with pork and brisket and all that stuff, just to give them a little bit more than what they're getting.
And of
Awesome.
course, you have the team of the year point system too that we're developing. Is at the end of the year, our plan is to give cash and prizes to the top cooks, whether it be top 10 overall and top whatever in each individual category. So that is an added value to your membership as well, to where you have a chance at making some money back at the end of the year.
Sweet. So it sounds like you're going to get a lot for that $50, that annual $50. Do you do a lifetime membership? Is that available?
Not right now. I don't know that we are.
Okay.
Right now, we're just going to keep it on a yearly basis. We'll discuss it with the board and see where we want to go there. But right now, it's just an annual.
Okay. Okay.
I think, Roger Pena put out any demos of the application available for us to check out. And I do want to invite all promoters out there to come to the events. Go into the judging room, let them know, hey, I'm a promoter for barbecue events. I want to check out your process. And they'll let you stand off to the side and look at the different process. Right now, we're establishing cook-offs in a lot of the different areas of Texas. So, for example, Roger, I just got a phone call today from Eddie Medrano, who's going to be next on the show, later with CJ. He's going to have an event Memorial Day weekend in San Antonio. So that'd be a great opportunity for all the promoters in San Antonio to run and, get behind the scenes and see exactly how this process works. I mean, it's a pretty quick, it's a pretty, revolutionary process. I think chicken has taken the longest, at 28 minutes, Fred. And the other ones are averaging anywhere between 22 and 24 minutes to judge. And then the judges are sitting there for 30 minutes just getting ready for the next turn in. But, we were doing a 2-table system, but now that we went down to 1 table, we're saving about 24 judges. So the need for judges is going to be a lot less than what we're seeing now, in other organizations as well. So it's, if you've ever promoted an event, that the hardest part about running any event is getting judges in there, man. It's freaking difficult as hell. And that's why I got gray hair in my beard from all the events that I've done and not being able to find judges. But yeah, we invite all promoters out there to go to any event and just walk into the judging room and check it out, or be a part of the process and sit down. That way you can see how the system works.
Absolutely.
That sounds so good. I was fortunate enough to be a cook in that first trial run, and from my perspective, there was not an issue. I love the idea of an award ceremony that can start that early. More often than not, based on your drive, you'll be able to be home before dark, man, and you can't ask for much more than that in terms of a cook. And who doesn't want their food judged hot? Who does not want their food judged hot? So I absolutely love that, and I'm looking forward to it, man. So I know it's in the early stages. I don't want to put the horse before the cart, or close the barn door after the cows escape. Whatever it is that saying is. But at some point, do we foresee some sort of affiliation with the Jack or the American Royale, some sort of reciprocity or something along those lines?
What do you want? Go ahead, Fred.
The Jack, we've reached out to the Jack and to the Royal, and so our cook-offs are just like any other sanctioning body that's out there. If you have 50 teams, it's considered a qualifier. If you have a state championship, all you need is 25 teams. So we are considered qualifiers for the Jack if it meets the conditions, and qualifiers for the Royal. So if you know the regulations behind qualifiers for the Jack and the Royal, our cook-offs work the same way. Basically, the only thing the Jack requires is that you have a minimum of 10 events, which we'll have the 10 events by the end of probably the second week of May. Yeah, or end of April probably, yeah. So that's all they require for you to have in a year as a sanctioning body to be considered as a qualifier for the Jack. So anyone who wins a state championship with us, or a 50-team event or more, will get a bung in the Jack.
Sweet. Daniel is asking, are there plans for training for judges? So Daniel, I'm not sure if you're referring to head judges or taste judges. Can you add a little bit more to that question, Daniel? So taste judges just receive a briefing, right?
Right. And it's not even a directive briefing. It's kind of runs them through the system as to how it works, how to, for example, if on our system, if they put a middle of the road or less rating on your food as a score, it automatically takes them to another screen to where they can leave feedback for you. Too salty, too sweet, and so forth, right? But we're not saying, hey, the brisket needs to feel like this or taste like this, or the ribs need to, be bite through, and you got to see the perfect. It's more of a privilege and honor, the way we do it here in Texas with Lonestar and with IBCA and the other organizations that are in Texas, that we get people from the streets, and if they say, hey, this is great barbecue or this is good barbecue, then that's more flattering than a judge telling you that's been certified, who's been told what good barbecue is. So we want to keep it at that level.
Great, Daniel, I hope that answers your question. Yes, they're training head judges, but no, there isn't any type of formal training for taste judges. Right. I hope that answers your question. All right. Now, the way back in the days, Lonestar used to do the national championship based on an award won in another sanctioning body. If you got a top 3, you received an invite. Are you looking at anything like that? And I'm talking specifically working with any of the other sanctioning bodies here in Texas, IBCA, Lonestar, whatever the case might be.
I think one of my goals is to unify barbecue. I'm talking about putting sanctioning bodies aside, and maybe if you win, do some sort of something like what the Royal does, to where you win a reserve or a grand or a first place something, you get invited to this big event. Texas is synonymous with barbecue, and Texas, other than the Houston Rodeo, doesn't have any world championships.
I know.
So that's one thing that's always, to me, it's always stuck out. Like, why doesn't Texas have a world championship? So like Roddy said, we're taking this slow. Even though it's going pretty darn fast, but we're growing it. We're gonna grow it, and I think one of the end goals, or one of the goals in general, is to have something like that in Texas. To bring a world championship to Texas, and regardless of sanctioning body, or maybe the top 10 out of each sanctioning body go in a duel, or in head to head against the other sanction. I don't know. There's so many options, so many ideas that you can play with that sound good to me. But it's definitely something that we would like to do, to bring something to bring a world championship like that to Texas.
I think Carl Bean. Go ahead.
Carl Bean, with a single table judging system, will there be a limit of how many teams will be allowed at an event?
Nope. More teams just means more tables.
Yeah, more teams equal more tables.
And to that point, kind of explaining how it does work is, let's just say you have 40 teams. So for 40 teams, we try to keep it at 10 trays per table. So we're looking at 4 tables, which will need 6 judges each, which will be 24 judges for that first round of, let's just say, chicken. They're only taking 10 bites. So what we've been seeing in the cook-offs that we've done is that a lot of judges are being recycled. So those 24 judges are able to judge 2 rounds comfortably. And if you get another set coming in for your pork and your brisket, you're looking at 48 judges for the entire event, which is, pretty wild. That's the promoter's, wet dream right there. Can I say wet dream, CJ? Or
hey, you just did twice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So somebody wants to know if you're going to be catering, Fred. This might be an inside thing. Will DQ be catered on Friday nights?
No,
is that something you've been doing?
During the summer, we will have icy machines at the cook-offs.
No, don't be saying stuff like that.
You might not be able to find it, but it'll be there somewhere.
Hey, so for your $50, you will get ices during the summer months.
Look for the
Can't beat it, man.
Trailer.
No, look for the Real Valley Meat trailer.
Yeah, that is awesome. Well,
no, but we're super excited, CJ. We're getting a lot of support out there. From Chupacabra, Texas Oil Dust, Blues Hog, Midland Meat Company, and just a lot of our friends as well, man. Just sending us messages of encouragement and so forth. So it's pretty exciting for us. I think, I was talking to Fred the other day, and I think this is going to elevate everybody's barbecue game as far as organization. So just the fact that, we started this organization, I think might put pressure on some other organizations to, kind of up the game a little bit and, go after what cooks really want. And there's one clear winner in all of this happening it's the cook. So, this is, like Fred was saying earlier, it's for the betterment of barbecue, man, and of our barbecue, friends and family out there.
I absolutely agree. The cooks are going to benefit, man, because there are already things going on in IBCA where IBCA is starting to step things up. And I think that's a positive because I'm going to be cooking both sanctioning bodies.
And we will too.
As I see. Oh, I absolutely. I saw Fred a couple of weeks ago in cooking Jordanton. Roddy, I don't know why you haven't been cooking near me, but that's neither here nor there. And that is folks, that is one of the things I'm so proud of, the way these gentlemen are handling this new sanctioning body. Very often people are stepping out there and really trying to get them to attack or be anti-IBCA, and they've made a conscious decision that they're not going to do that because this is not about CBA versus IBCA. This is about getting everybody to step their game up. And I love the fact that they're still cooking still cooking IBCA while they're trying to get the sanctioning body up and running. So kudos to you fellas for that, man. Much respect. It's appreciated. It's appreciated. Yeah, absolutely. So I think the sky's the limit as far as what this sanctioning body can and will do. I absolutely believe that. Yeah, I absolutely believe that. Yeah.
Just touching on what you said
Yeah,
about
go ahead.
IBCA stepping up their game. You know, sometimes it takes a little friendly competition to bring out the best in us, right? And in the end, you know, like Roddy was saying, it's good for the cook. It's good for barbecue in general. It's nice to know that, you know, we can do what we're doing and at the same time elevate or help elevate barbecue and other sanctioning bodies at the same time. So that's pretty awesome to be able to know and know that you have the ability or the influence to influence even other sanctioning bodies into doing things. So it's pretty awesome. There's a fly in here.
I see a question pop up asking about the placement, whether it's going to be on the website or printed. After the event, we have printouts for every cook. They'll get to know exactly where they'll be placing there. Eventually, Roger, we're going to get it to where it's posted on the website as well. Right now, we've been focusing on the scoring system and a couple of the main areas of the website that we really want to utilize, which is the events page, of course, and the membership portal. So once we get that established, and you know, it's going to be both, you know, printed and online.
Yeah, just to touch on what Roddy's saying, every team gets a packet of information. So they get an overall sheet, you know, how every team did overall, and then you get a per category sheet, you know, how everybody did in chicken, everybody did in ribs, pork, and brisket, and then you get an individual team sheet. In other words, how did the judges judge your team? Um, every single judge's score will be on there, and their comments will also be on your individual team score sheet. So you get a lot of information, a lot of data that you can take home, something tangible in your hand that you can, you know, take home and talk it over and say, man, I was 1 point behind CJ for grand champion, you know, or
Nice.
or whatever the case may be, or you can say, man, I beat CJ today in chicken, or I beat Fred, or I beat whoever, you know. And those things to me, when I was starting in barbecue, you know, you had the who's who. I mean, back
They
then
meant something.
it meant something, man. I just, you know, I did better than that guy in chicken.
Yeah.
And it keeps you going and it keeps you motivated. And if you're wanting to throw in the gloves at that time, just that one call that you got above that guy or that team keeps you wanting to go to the next cook-off. And that's where the data comes in handy, and that's where the data comes in crucial to keep barbecue going, man, and keep everybody excited about it.
Awesome. One last question, fellas. What's a guy got to do to make their event into a CBA event going forward? Thank you, Camp House.
Call us. Facebook. If you got my phone number or Roddy's, we will set you up, man. It doesn't take much. Fill out a sanctioning form, pay out a sanctioning fee. You're in.
Question on the web page. The web page is up and running?
Right.
Is there maybe a tab for promoters? Or have you thought of that?
Yeah, we're eventually going to get that done. That way, we want to streamline the system and the process for them as much as we can, to where, you know, they can input some data that's going to save time for for them and the head judges at the end of the day. But we'll have a portal for the promoters, and that way we can get some of their feedback either through phone calls or through the portal as well.
The website is up. It's not 100% complete, but it is up. There is a promoters packet on there that if you're a promoter, you can go on there and see exactly what what we would need from you. And there's actually, I believe, a request for sanctioning form on there that you can print out as well, and then send that in. eventually, like Roddy said, we want to do it, streamline it to where they can fill it up online and even pay online, just to make everything a little smoother.
Well, man, I absolutely appreciate it. You guys are welcome. You're not being kicked off. You're welcome to hang around, man, as long as you want. We're gonna bring in our second half, our retailers. These are the folks. And Fred, the fact that you're running a shop, man, you're absolutely. You might have some inputs here. All right, you may have some inputs. So just a quick few commercials that we have to pay the sponsors. Folks, I know you guys have been seeing it online, this Pitmasters of YouTube competition. It's an event put on, man, by Smokin' Joe, where these Pitmasters on YouTube created videos, 20 of them. They appeared so 10 competitions. Go look at their videos, and then you will vote for which one of them you think had the better cook. All you need to do is go on YouTube, the Smokin' Joe's Pit Barbecue. Smokin' Joe's Pit Barbecue. Hit the community tab, and you can watch all the videos right there. And you can vote right there. And with your vote, you're going to be entered into automatically entered into several different raffles for some awesome pits, and in addition to other things. So check that out. We've got quite a few of the competitors right now on this chat. Those guys put up some awesome videos. It's a tough competition. It's a great competition. So check that out. Smokin' Joe's Pit Barbecue. You're going to want to check that out. And one of the guys I'm bringing on, our next class is going to be held at his shop, at Eddie Medrano's shop in New Braunfels. So without further ado, let me start bringing these folks in.
Miss Reba, I'll introduce him, Mr. Bryan.
Hello.
Crawford.
We got a new host.
We appreciate it, Mr. Roddy.
And Mr. Eddie Medrano.
Awesome. So, ladies and gentlemen, we've got Reba Beard of the South Texas BBQ Emporium. Then we've got Bryan Crawford. His shop's name always just kills me. Hill Country Pro. What is it, Bryan?
Lonestar BBQ Shop.
There you go. Lonestar BBQ Pro Shop.
You're right, Clarence. They're always saying, I'm going to Crawford's.
Yeah, exactly. And finally, Eddie Medrano of the Barbecue Depot. Let's start with some introductions, guys. Tell us a little bit about yourself, man, how long the shop has been open before we get into some additional details. Starting with Eddie.
Hey, guys. Eddie Medrano over here. Been open since 2019. Last year, of course, was hard for us all. COVID hit us all. We didn't know what we were going to do. We had just signed the new lease in the new building. But I started off as just
Go ahead.
cutting off, Clarence. So yeah, we didn't.
Hang on, Eddie. Is there there's a repeat of your comments? Is there another device on?
Hold on.
Is somebody else watching YouTube?
I was watching it on my computer so I could read the comments. Hold on. Because I can't see the comments on here, so I don't know if there's a way you can fix that, Clarence.
I'll tell you, Eddie, what the comments are. Don't worry.
Hey, I heard you cursing for the first time today, so I don't want to hear it, Roddy.
Oh, Roddy cusses.
Yeah. Hey,
Thanks a lot, CJ.
Yeah. All right, that's better, Eddie.
All right, so again, we got started 2019. We had to wait a while. We officially opened December 8th, 2019, so we've been open for 2 years. CJ, you've been in our building. We've upgraded a lot since we first got started. Me and Ruby. Ruby, of course, is the boss lady. I'm just the everything else guy. Just like Yachty over here with Fred. She's the boss, right?
Don't bring me in on your stuff, man.
So we had an idea. I was my other business is appliance installation, so we were already installing the grills, the access doors, and all of that. So there was nothing in New Braunfels that I knew in the area. So you had to go to San Antonio or Austin. We had the bright idea of getting our 50 grand and putting it in the store, and we quickly found out that 50 grand did not buy many pits. So it's been an adventure.
Awesome. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Bryan?
Yeah, I was not unlike me. I had about 50 grand, and I found out 50 grand don't go very damn far. I had to beg, borrow, steal some more, but yeah, we're here, and it just keeps getting better and better. We want to take a minute to wish Yachty happy birthday. I'm sure you watch. But yeah, I love the barbecue world. I love all things barbecue. And I originally spent 28 years in the roofing business, which, as you can imagine, roofing is not much fun. And so finally, I'm doing something I love.
Awesome, man. Glad to have you. And Mrs. Reba Beard, lady, how are you doing tonight?
Good. We started in 2016 in a little shack of a building with nothing close to $50,000. I think we started with less than 10. My parents started it for the simple fact that everybody started barbecuing and we wanted to save on shipping. So we opened up shop to save on shipping and give people a chance to come in and buy product. And then I started putting my foot in the door little by little and little by little. And it got bigger and it got bigger. And now we're not in anything like Bryan and Eddie have, but we have gotten bigger. And we've been, since 2016, we've survived. We almost closed our doors last year, but we made it through. God knows those raffles made us all get through the COVID. But
oh yeah.
Well, I think, if I can jump in, CJ, Reba, you did a heck of a job. There wasn't very many events out there, but I mean, you made the events happen to sustain the business. That was pretty smart, man.
That were just, we knew what was going on. What was going on in the world, and you knew you were either going to go for it or you were going to stay at home, and people were tired of staying at home. And I told everybody, if you want to come cook, just don't lick nobody. And nobody got licked. So
CJ wasn't there then.
Yeah. No, absolutely wasn't. Hey, so folks, just really happen to have you here tonight. And one of the first things that some of you touched on was that I wanted to ask, that I wanted to find out was, what exactly, man, what kind of hoops did you have to jump through to put you where you are today in terms of fighting COVID? I know that really lessened traffic in all your establishments. What were you thinking outside the box? Different ways you can bring some customers in to keep this business running.
Well,
Reba, we'll start with Reba.
Go ahead.
We started out, it was just rough. I think Bryan started it first, raffling stuff. And I didn't have anything big like Bryan did. So I was like, we're going to do spice bundles. We're going to do whatever we can just to get things going. I think I spent like $700 in Bryan's raffles and never won nothing. So I didn't want to play.
Well, Gary
guilty.
See, Reba cussed too.
I didn't say it. So what we did was we just, we threw cook-offs and we raffled stuff. And, when you haven't paid yourself since March of last year, and then your household now becomes a one-person income, and the PP, whatever it is helping everybody in the world, but you. They denied us over and over again. And we're little and we're tiny, but, we held on. And right when I had a guy come in and I said, I think we're about to close our doors. I said, we can't do this anymore. Oscar Garcia came in and said, no, we're not going to do that. And he threw the support local cook-off. And, you know, that support local cook-off really helped us stay alive. And we're maintaining right now. We are fine. We're not rolling, but we're not going to close our doors.
Awesome.
That is awesome. Bryan?
Yeah, well, I opened up in January, and about a month later, damn country shut down. So I don't know if I had the best timing in the world. Obviously not. You know, it was lonely in the store there for a while. I had Netflix, so that kind of helped last time. But
You also had Chris Davis.
well, Chris Davis came on board probably late spring.
Okay, so the loneliness brought him in.
Exactly. Well, when Chris is around, you're not quite as lonely. He's a good company for sure.
Absolutely.
And the problem I have had between Chris and a good friend of ours, customer, his name's Rudy. They like to cuddle. And I've been a little on the work, but we're getting past it.
Awesome.
Bryan, Carlo Casanova was telling me about some spicy chili stuff that you had there at your shop.
Yeah,
you want to tell us about that, or
some death nectar that you're more than welcome to try. I really get a kick out of people trying it because it usually goes them into another stratosphere of heat. And I have a 6th sense of humor, and I like to see people suffer.
Bryan,
you can keep it. You can keep it. Eddie, what kind of hoops did you jump through? What did you do? Did you think outside the box?
Same thing. I mean, we did a few raffles. Didn't know if we were going to keep the doors open, so we have our website, and we just did free shipping on all our spices. I did not want to take that home in case we had to shut down. So we offered free shipping. Of course, the gloves and all of that went to like places like New York. I mean, I've probably shipped all over 48 states. I've shipped out of country too. So that free shipping it moved the inventory first, more than anything, it got rid of inventory. And then slowly we started reaching out to the backyard cookers. I mean, the backyard guys are the ones that kept me alive. Buying backyard pits, built-in pits, access to my contractors let me do built-in islands and stuff like that. So it was tough.
Well, backyard cooks are definitely were the bread and butter because especially when IBCA shut down that's a whole nother subject. There was no cook-offs going, which my goal from the beginning was to cater to backyard cooks because as we all know, there's a million times more of those guys.
That's where everything started.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, without a doubt, there are only so many comp cooks. There are only so many comp cooks, but the number of backyarders, man, can be infinite. So they will definitely be the bread and butter. Now, Fredo, Rio Valley Meats. I know you also felt the pinch to some degree, but unlike seasonings and pits, people have got to eat meat. Most people want to eat meat, so they will still have to find a way to get into your shop to get that meat, man. How did you adjust?
Well, I mean, our adjustment was a little different than the stories you've heard here. Our adjustment was we had to hire more people. Honestly, to me at the meat shop, and I hate to say it this way, but COVID was almost a blessing in disguise, because HEB was running out of meat. Walmart's were running out of meat. People were going crazy with the pandemic, especially when it first hit, and so for a long time there, I mean, we couldn't keep up. We had a lot of people coming in through our doors, and they still do. It's people who had never heard of our shop. came during those days, and they kept coming. So I'm blessed in that way. So it's the meat business compared, and I do sell rubs. I sell a lot of the competition stuff and charcoal and all that stuff, and yeah, a lot of that stuff wasn't moving. But in the meat business was, I mean, it was hard to keep up, even for my suppliers. I mean, a lot of times they didn't have product. A lot of plants were closing down due to COVID, and so that was really the struggle. Was more than anything having product to sell. If you had product, it was gonna sell. You know, it was just getting the product to sell. That was more the issue. And Roddy can probably talk to that a little bit. I mean, in his in his work with HEB, that HEB during COVID was, I mean, even though they only allowed a certain amount of customers, but I'd pass by my HEB every morning and there's lines outside waiting to get in, So the grocery and meat business was a little different than the barbecue business. But even in the barbecue business, I've heard, through some sponsors and, even like Traeger and those guys, I mean, they've sold more pits this past year than, and talking about the backyard guys, everybody's sitting at home, cooped up at home, working from home. So even in the shop, like stuff that normally we don't sell, like the bigger cuts of meat, like pork butts or dino ribs or brisket, stuff that we as comp cooks know, but not the everyday Joe cooks. We were selling a lot of that stuff. Why? Because now you got
get to try it out.
Mr. Teacher sitting at home, that can turn on a pit. And
get on YouTube and watch
Clarence Joseph videos and do Caribbean jerk chicken and smoked oxtails and all kinds of crazy stuff. So yeah, we were selling a lot of different varieties of things for sure. And I think just to echo on what Bryan and Eddie are saying, the backyard cook is where it's at. That's in business. To me, that's who drives the business. Competition guys are a lot less than those backyard guys for sure.
Absolutely. Now Reba, how many events? Rose posted earlier that you guys put on events. How many events did you hold last year at your at your shop?
6 or 7.
6 or 7, and they were
that
all well attended. And
she can be her own. She can be her own recognized sanctioning body in a little bit.
Without a doubt. Yeah, without a doubt.
They will. Yeah.
And I can only imagine on that weekend, sales would really kick up after those cooks come in. So that had to have been a lifesaver. Have been a lifesaver.
Offs here is you come here, you have your cook off here, you shop here. I mean, you don't have to leave here. That was the goal.
Now, as we speak to the 4 of these establishments, what are some of the things competition cooks? We appreciate when you guys go out your way to help us, and I'm sure even the backyarders. What are some of the things you guys can do to help the backyarders, to help the competition cooks? I've experienced some of them, but I want you to tell us.
Well,
go ahead, Bryan.
Well, between Chris and myself, especially the backyard cooks and a lot of the comp cooks that maybe not have been doing it as long as either one of us, they really appreciate some guidance, from whether it's just cooking in your backyard or we've actually got several people into their first competition, especially Chris. He really likes to take people under his wing and just go all out and teach them a rib recipe or something, and they just take it and run, and they really appreciate having somebody that they can talk to, and we can show them the products that they can use, and it's the ones that we use ourselves. So we get a lot of good advice.
Awesome. Eddie?
Same thing. I mean, the comp guys, I do a little comp, you know, not as much as you guys do, but I've got my numbers called every now and then. They appreciate you bringing stuff out to them, saving on shipping. Shipping kills. As far as the backyard cooks, I mean, the selection of spice that we've got, I've pretty much run everything in the backyard, or you know, tested it out at a competition. So the number one question, I don't know if you get this, Bryan, but the number one question a customer comes in and says, "What's your favorite rub?" And it's like, well,
my answer is,
well, yeah, I know which one you would say, but you know, my answer to them is, what do you like? What spices do you like? Do you like heat? Do you like sweet? Do you like savory? And that kind of narrows it down. So I tell them, you know, take the bottle. If you don't like it, bring it back to me. I'll give you a refund. I have yet to get a bottle, you know, brought back to me. And as a matter of fact, they start bringing friends in and stuff. So
I always ask them what they're going to cook.
right, same thing. What are you cooking this weekend? You know, they need help with the wood selection. They've never done, you know, chips or chunks. Just helping the backyard cook. You know, try to elevate their game as well, because that's our bread and butter right there. If you can get them to come back and be a repeat customer, hey, that's a win-win right there.
Absolutely.
So for the most part, sounds like you tasted just about everything in that shop. So you have an idea and can really help a backyarder out, or even a comp cook.
Right.
Yeah.
And is that something that's necessary? You three, do you think that's something that's necessary? Reba, if I come into your shop, I'm looking for something for chicken or fish. Can you direct me to the right shelf?
Yes.
Oh, absolutely. I
Tasted
love
every.
that.
My biggest question with anybody that walks in is basically how to make injections. So teaching someone how to use phosphates or make an injection and how to do it correctly, that's my biggest thing. But asking, somebody comes in, well, I need something for ribs. Okay, well, it's not that simple here. Do you want them spicy, sweet, savory? Do you want it to color? You want your color to pop? What do you want? Well, then it goes into, let me show you my pictures. Okay. So I have to look at me. But there's too many options. There's a lot of options.
That is awesome. So if anybody out there has ever thought about opening a shop like this, man, and selling products, you're gonna have to really gain an understanding of what products go with what, etc. So you can help out. You can help out the novice, because you're gonna get some people coming in trying something, just getting the grill, cooking for the first time, and you're gonna have to give them some advice to get them moving and to come back. Roddy, Fred stepped out. Maybe you can help. Does Fred ship meat?
I have no idea. No.
Dude.
I know I needed some pork butts in Oklahoma last weekend, and he took them to me, but
he brought them to you. So that's totally different. Now I'm gonna tell you the history. The history with Fred and I. Every time I've called Fred and said I need something, he tells me that he doesn't have the quality I'm looking for. He doesn't have the product I'm looking for. Now, when I call Yachty, I get my product. So I at this stage, I'm beginning to think there's something going on between Fred and I. I wish he was here to. Yeah, I wish he was here to defend himself, but he stepped out. But every time I want meat, I got to rephrase that. Anytime I want to buy a product,
and there Fred, he is. He's there. DJ came out.
Yeah. Every time I want to buy a product from Fred, he doesn't have it. I call Yachty, I get it. All right. So I don't know what's going on.
I think Fred just doesn't want to mess with it, because we could be at a cook-off and all the guys would be like, hey, I'm taking fajitas, I'm taking this, I'm taking that, and the dude owns a freaking meat market, and we're like, hey, Fred, what are you bringing? I was like, I don't know, y'all are bringing everything already, so it's like, hey, we're trying to give you hints here, partner.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, so real quick, all three of you are in your shop, man. Can you give us a quick tour of your shelves? What are some hot sellers? What are some things? If you got any specials, any baskets, whatever the case might be, show us that real quick. Let's start with you, Miss Reba.
Okay. Top sellers in my store when you come in and ask, I brought these out just real quick. Frac sand, I can't keep up with it. It's for ribs. You can also use it on chicken. It sells very fast. Top seller in chicken is Texas Feinstein chicken, but I will also push Bryan's Alamo dust for chicken and ribs because they both have a beautiful color. Cow Whisperer is still #1 seller for brisket, and Tim Dickey is my all-time favorite person in the world, and Smokey Okie is a go-to for everybody. Our little store is not anything big, but we have barbecue sauces, and we have spices, injections, beer salts. This is usually full of drums now, and we raffle a lot of drums. This is our sample table where you can come in and sample everything that's here. And we now carry sausage from Staple Street Meat Market. So when you're at a comp and you're hungry, you can come in and grab some sausage, throw it on the pit, and you have dinner. So that's where we're at. It's not huge. It's not Bryan. It's not Eddie, but we're here.
It gets the job done.
It gets the job done.
It gets the job done. Much appreciated, lady. Much appreciated.
I'm going to go ahead and step out because my children have stomach bugs. So I thank you.
Well, we thank you so much, lady, for hanging out with us. We really appreciate it.
Good night, Reba.
Good night.
Good night.
All right. All right. Bryan, let's see your shop, please.
Sure. I thought maybe it'd be easy to do a reverse on this, but I'm not sure. So I'm just going to turn my phone around and hopefully I'll do a decent job.
That's a pretty beard, Bryan.
Thanks, man.
Well, that's very well combed.
Website.
Well, you know,
I'm kind of jealous.
It's a daily thing, you know. It's not easy being cheesy. All right. Well, #1 thing everybody loves in here. I don't know if you can see it. We give a complimentary shiner box when you come in here and shop. Can you see that?
You can see it.
Clarence, help me out.
Yes.
Turn this thing around so I know what I
man, what do you have, a Cricket?
I got it.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of phone. I think you got a Cricket.
All right. Well, I'll just do my best.
There you go.
All right. So we got, quite a few different grills: Memphis wood fire, Napoleon kettles, Napoleon gas grills. We got these Kamado Joes. I'm trying to push these things out. I got 25% off. I'm tired of the Kamado Joes. I have one Meyer Mixon. It's a great pellet grill, but doesn't sell for crap. This PK Go is a really nice little grill.
Those are pretty cool.
The Solo Stove grill is pretty cool.
What?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. We got all our injections and sauces right here. We got a pretty good selection. We got a pits and spits offset. I just got this adjustable charcoal grill here. It's pretty cool. We got Green Mountain pellet grills. Got all this M grills, the C4s for the steak guys.
You need some Rectex in there.
Well, if they would sell the dealers, I'd have them in here.
I had to throw out a shameless plug. I'm sorry.
That's all right. Hey, I'd bring them in if they let me. There's Tribal Fire Grills. I don't know if you guys heard about them. They're pretty cool. Pits and Spits pellet cookers. One of the best pellet cookers on the market, in my opinion. More sauces, jellies. During the day, we put Clarence Joseph on the TV so everybody can watch his recipes.
Hey, I like that. I enjoy seeing that.
Yeah. We got all kinds of pellets, different accessories. We got some really cool cast iron. We got some Finex here.
Oh, okay. All right.
That's pretty smart, Bryan.
The Smithy cast iron and the Finex both are really nice. Some cutting boards. All kinds of grill grates to fit many different grill grates. We got B&B charcoal. Got some really nice knives. These Ryland knives. Got a nice selection of.
Are those knives on lockdown?
No, those knives are they. Well, I got a special deal for you. I got the Clarence Joseph deal.
All right, my man, I'm coming.
Yeah, we got a nice selection of rubs. We got a little bit of everything. One thing about rubs I've learned is just because you know about them don't mean the whole damn world knows about them. And they don't necessarily always sell just because they're good. Disposable cutting boards.
What kind of cutting boards are those?
Those are Smoky Mountain.
Okay, cool. Those are the good ones, man.
Yeah, they're good ones. I have meats in here, actually. I got Snake River Farms briskets.
Oh, dude, I didn't know you carried meats.
Yeah, I got Snake River. Well, if you come see me, you'd know these things.
Man.
Snake River Farms, this is like a flank steak, the whole thing, man. You could really do something nice with that.
Nah, I've got bad memories about flank steak.
This is a Snake River Farms shit.
Can't say that word.
That's a shank.
Yeah, shank. Yeah, I lost my train of thought. Well, it's getting late and I've been drinking, so. So right here's my sample bar, so you can try all kinds of different stuff. And of course, it is on the front here, front and center. Here's the Death Nectar that many people have tried and some have liked. These two pits here always go out in front. We cook on these all the time, making lunch, using different rubs, learning the rubs. This is the M Grill's M1. This thing is a beast. It's
Open that up, Bryan.
Excuse me?
Open that up.
Yeah, this M Grill is awesome. It's the only grill I can think of that is a true smoker and a true grill. This thing is so well built. It's honestly I have nice pits. I have one-man pit. This thing is more sturdy than a one-man pit. PKs, got a master built. And last but not least, we have some nice gateway drums. We had a couple of really badass ones the other day, American flag and Texas flag, but they flew out the door. You got some 30-gallon drums that are pretty cool. This here is M Grill's just a grilling table. It's pretty cool.
Yes, sir.
And we even
Loving
have
it,
ways
man.
to get to the women too that aren't cooks necessarily. This is my wife's section, so you come in here, we'll try to get some money out of you. And you bring your kids, we got something for them.
They get Shiner Bock too, or?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you can't start too young. Some knife rolls.
Oh, that's pretty.
Oh, man, I need a knife roll.
Come on in. Come
Yeah.
on in.
Yeah, I need a
We
knife
got
roll.
some solo stoves. We also have pit barrel, all the pit barrel accessories. Yeah, I guess that's about the gist of it. Duck fat. Everybody likes a little duck fat.
So, Bryan, is there room in there for a classroom anywhere?
I do have a classroom in the back. It's full of pits, but we need to figure something out and get a class going over here with you.
Man, you ain't never invited me. I just don't push myself on anybody.
Well, shit, it's because it's full of pits. You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a storage container and put behind the store so I can clear out the quote-unquote classroom area so I can have classroom instead of it just being a warehouse area.
Yeah. Now, we'll make something. We'll talk offline, make something happen, man.
Right now, the classroom area is a warehouse. It's just pits and everything else that,
Okay. And Mr. Medrano, let's see your shop, baby.
Yeah, for sure. No, Bryan doesn't have Traegers, but we sell the heck out of all our Traegers, Ironwoods. We recently just became a Timberline dealer, which is the gold dealer for Traeger.
Yes, sir.
So I know you have one of these or two of these at your house, CJ.
Yes, sir.
But that is the top of the line. Uncle
Yes,
Scotty,
sir.
shout out to Uncle Scotty with Traeger. He
Yes, sir.
finally gave me a Timberline too. So really do appreciate that.
Mama se la.
We do. Le pongo casa.
Ponle casa,
Hey.
CJ.
So we've got the big green egg. We do have Kamados. We sell probably 3 to 4 big green eggs to 1 Kamado. Right now, I don't have any Kamado Joes in the store. New Braunfels. I'm lucky that the big box stores do not sell Traeger pellets. So we've got all the Traeger pellets. We do carry Weber, a bunch of Weber accessories. If you need to replace your grills on your Webers, the fire grill as well, we do carry those. We do carry the one-touch cleaning systems. I know those get jammed up on your Weber kettles, so we do have that. We have the baskets for the charcoal. That's another popular seller for Weber.
I like that.
A whole bunch of Weber accessories, brushes. Ruby went crazy for a little while there, ordering a lot of cleaning supplies with all these brushes. We do have some grill grates in stock right now. Green Mountain Grills, Traeger's #1 competitor, which is Green Mountain Grills. We probably still sell 2 to 1 Traegers with Green Mountain Grills. This is the back room right now. We're fixing to do some demoing back here. So all of this, I'm gonna do my best because camera is backwards, but this is Ruby's little register room. This all right here is gonna get blown away. And then behind me, these 2 walls are going bye-bye too, probably in about 2 weeks. We got one of my friends, shout out to Malcolm and his guys. They're gonna come out here and do the remodel. Again, Traegers, we've got the Pro Series, the Ironwoods, the Timberlines, Green Mountain Grills. We've got the Prime Pluses. We've got all 3 in stock right now. We do also have Master Belts, the gravity-fed charcoal grills. I am a service tech also for Green Mountain Grills, and I'm probably the only service tech in the area for the whole hill country for Traeger. So if you guys are having troubles with your grills, call me up, bring them in. We can service them in-house or at your house. Another big thing that I just ended up doing because I couldn't have, I reached out to a bunch of guys to get me drums, and every time I reached out to them, they'd bring in a few at a time. So if you don't know, now you know, we launched our Badass drums now. This is one of the guys right here. That's the last one I have from this round. Yep, Badass drums. So if you guys are in the market for a drum, you'll be surprised at the guts that this guy has. That we've got an in-house fabricator, in-house powder coater. If you guys are interested in customizing your drum, I have access to over 6,500 colors with my powder coating. We can do it all. So a little bit more about the shop. The PKs, we do sell a ton of PKs. We've got the red one, we've got the black one, we got the PK Go, the Hibachi. A lot of our shelves are empty because COVID is still affecting us. I know everybody's complaining about the price of gloves. Right now, we don't have any gloves. We used to sell them at like 13 bucks. I was watching Ruby go through the inventory. Those boxes of 100 gloves used to be like $13. Now they're upwards of like $25 because plastic is so expensive, supposedly. Do carry a bunch of backyard stuff, Mr. Barbecue stuff, woks presses, burger presses, wing, the legs and wing carriers, the shish kebabs. The other side, we got Traeger. We're expecting a Traeger shipment to come in. Got that little portable Traeger, the Ranger. A whole bunch of liners, covers. So if you need something for your Traeger, we'll get you taken care of. When we first started, like I said, we weren't expecting on selling. As you can see, the wall of spice behind me. I think last count we were over 300 spices, and you can visit us on TexasBarbecueDepotLLC.com and order your spices through there. We can overnight ship if you select on it. We've got it measured out with USPS because that's the cheapest shipping that we could find. But when we first started, our 50 grand went into buying into Traeger, into Weber, into some built-in grills, Blaze, Coyote. We still carry all of that stuff. So that's why we want to do the remodel. So Again, if you've been in the shop, there's a little closet that's right there underneath that Badass Drum sign, and all of that wall and that room is going to get blown away so we can make space for our built-in island grills. We've got access to 8 of them now. So if you're thinking of remodeling your kitchen, or building a backyard kitchen, we can help you guys design it. I've got access to over 5 different contractors. We do carry Blaze, Coyote, Heston, Delta Heat, Twin Eagles, Bull. If you're interested in a specific grill, we can get it ordered for you. Not just the grill, the access doors, the ice maker, the refrigerators. And if you don't have an appliance installer, guess what? I'm a licensed appliance installer, so I can get it done for you guys.
This dude got his hands in everybody's pocket.
Dang it. Hey, I just want to know, do you have any badass drums?
Yeah, I think you Jamaican Mexican, man. Yeah, you got your hands in everybody's. You got 7 jobs.
If I could get Fred to bring me some chiclets from Progreso, I sell chiclets right here, man. Chiclets.
Yeah.
This is Ruby's corner too, so she's got the brewmates. I mean, that's her corner. She's got little cutting boards. We do have the disposable cutting boards. Western has been nothing but love to us, so shout out to Chad over there at Western. We've got all their Western Wood.
Casa.
So yeah, we've got different lump coal charcoals, Big Green Egg, Blues Hog. Shout out to Joey for bringing Blues Hog stuff in. We do carry Cowboy, Kamado Joe, Big Green Egg. So just a little bit of everything. Beer salts, wing rubs.
Hey, that corn rub. What is that?
Oh, the corn rub? You mean that guy?
Oh, elote. Oh my God, folks. Eddie turned me on to that. I didn't know anything about it.
You like elote? You like elote, CJ?
Oh, Simón, way. Hey,
I'm talking mayonesa or sin mayonesa?
Sin mayonesa. Sin, yeah.
Eddie, you look like a little Mexican vendor, man.
Shout out to Black Dodo down in the valley. That's who makes the Mexican street corn. We do have that online, along with all of his beer salts as well. We are low on a lot of these, so I'm gonna hit up James. Benny also brought out his beer salt. If you haven't tasted that salty heifer, it tastes like old school Lucas, so that's pretty damn good. But yeah, I mean, you can check out the Wall of Spice, and our #1 sellers or top sellers for our backyard cookers. Of course, they put out a bunch of videos. Is Crazy Cosmos, Killer Hogs, Meat Church, glazes. I mean, Cosmos went into the business of glazes, and of course, Texas Pepper Jelly. You can't stock that fast enough as well. So just a little bit of everything in here.
Hey, Eddie, once again, address the RecTech issue.
The RecTech issue. Yeah, Roddy, I don't know if it was Roddy when Fred had the class here said, or Carlo, I think it was Carlo, we can get RecTech in here. And I'm like, let's do it.
I would never ever say that. I don't make promises I can't.
I don't think it was you, Roddy. I don't think it was you. I think it was Carlo. Maybe he had been drinking or something. I don't know. But yeah, I wish I could have RecTechs in here. We did talk, we were talking to Pits and Spits. I try to, do something different that none of the other stores have. So, I don't compete with anybody else over product here in town. But, if there's a grill that you need, like Clarence says, I'm a hustling guy. I'm a Mexican hustler. So if you need a specific grill, I'll get it for you. I'll get it in here and I'll get it to you. So,
you have any badass drums?
We carry badass drums.
There you go.
You want one.
I do.
Folks,
so hey, let me show you real quick the insides of the badass drum. I mean, right now the back room is my little assembly place back here, but that's what they start off as, brand new drums, never been drilled. They've never had anything in them. They are completely brand new. So we don't want to get anybody sick with these guys selling their drums that they got free from the oil fields. You don't know what chemicals might be in there. So ours are 100% brand new from the factory. the grills. My fabricator and I are buying our CNC machine. So this is our deflector plate right here. And of course it has VAD for badass drums. It's handheld ports in there so you can have easy access to it. The grill, same thing. Very nice workmanship that we've been doing with our CNC. So that's the grill right there, again, with VAD right in the middle. And that's a 22-inch grill. So the drums are 22.5, so you have a little leeway in there to play with it. And then our basket, man. Let me make some room and introduce our basket. So this guy is not just a basket, it's also our little fire pit that we've been using. So there it is. So it's a round basket, 14 inches wide by 9 inches tall, and it's also got its ash catching pin, which I noticed a lot of the squared ones don't have that. So all your ashes are dumping into the bottom of your drum, and if you've ever cleaned out a drum, it's a pain in the butt. So
CJ likes that.
CJ likes to clean that stuff.
Man, leave me alone. Hey, real quick. Any of you carry Uncle Steve's?
Uncle Steve's, no, but they can always. We're always getting inquiries, and I direct them to Ruby. So she's the boss lady. She handles the inventory. You can send them to txbbqdepot@gmail. That's the fastest way she'll get it. If there's any Spice guys out there that want to bring in their rubs with us, reach out to her, send your info, your product, your pricing, and we'll be happy to bring in a case or two and see how it moves in here.
And I will tell you, I've really just gotten alerted to Uncle Steve's by these YouTube cooks, and I finally ordered some today. So I can't wait to get it in and check it out. But I hear it's good stuff.
I'm a little disappointed you didn't go to Lonestar BBQ Pro Shop and order it.
Oh, well, hey, we're gonna make that happen, man. We're gonna make that happen. So let me get back to where we were. There we go. So we're gonna make that happen. Man. I really appreciate the tour. Ladies and gentlemen out there, I'm here to tell you that these retailers right here, these establishments will bend over backwards to make sure that you get what you need. If they don't have it, they can special order it. All right.
Definitely.
If they can't special order it, that's because it isn't made. It isn't made. Oh, and be on the lookout because these guys are going to be hosting classes, not only mine, which you definitely want to take, but they're going to be hosting other classes, man. So just be on the lookout. I'm going to go probably this weekend to help Bryan clear out that damn storage room of his and turn it back into a classroom so we can get something going. But man, I absolutely appreciate it, fellas. Hang out. If you guys don't have any other questions for any of these guests, man, I'm gonna hang on for another 10 or so minutes. If you want to talk to me, ask me something, send it on the chat. I will gladly bring you online. You want to come online with me right now? I will send you the link. Let me know who wants to talk. Uncle Steve.
As long as it's not Bean, man. As long as it's not Bean, because oh man.
Yeah, Uncle Steve, you out there? Holler at me.
I want to say something real quick.
Yes, sir.
Everybody likes crawfish, chicken wings, and a suckling pig. We're going to have a customer appreciation party on April 3rd. Come on down. It's going to be a good time.
I saw the flyer for that today. Yeah, I saw the flyer for that today. So that would work. That will absolutely work.
And I did forget to mention that we do have all the Blues Hog products, and especially the new briquettes, which are pretty awesome. So,
man, I had Fred Robles gave me a bag of Blues Hog. Might have been 2 years ago, and I just had it sitting around. And finally, I started lighting my my fire with it just to get my pit going. So I never got to really pay any attention to see how it burned. But I hear good things about it.
The briquettes that they have now are they're just as good as B&B. I'm a B&B guy, you know, myself. I'm sponsored by B&B, but on the other hand, I'm a retailer.
Yeah.
So, and on the retailing side, it's just as good as the B&B. It's a great charcoal.
Yeah. They also have the extruded charcoal. It's kind of like the char logs.
Yeah.
Really good stuff, man.
Somebody tell that stupid bear guy out there that I don't wear hats in the house. and the thing is, he wants me to wear a hat. And the last time I wore a hat around that dude, check this out. So we're at the World Food Championship, and I believe there are hats, or somebody's giving out hats at the World Foods, and I grab a hat, and man, it was a little thin hat, real soft, and it sort of form-fitting. It fit to my head, and it felt really good on my head. So I wore it all day, and stupid bear Tom Fuentes is telling me, man, that hat works for you, man. It looks good. It works for you. It looks good. And I'm like thinking I'm just balling all day long. I'm wearing my hat and I'm feeling good about myself because I'm cute. We go to dinner that night at some restaurant, and it gets dark, and I get out the vehicle. I'm still wearing my hat, man. And Tom looks at me, Stupid Bear looks at me and says, when are you going to take that stupid ass hat off? And I'm like, dude, all day you've been telling me this hat is me and not is stupid. So the hell with you. Guys,
How many natties was he in?
Yeah, he had been drinking too. So the truth came out.
The natty hat. He wanted you to wear that natty hat.
Yeah. When you've got a head this pretty, man, you don't want to cover it up. You need to you want people to see it. All right. You want people to see it. Guys, I'm here to share all this goodness with you. All this is you. Anybody else? Any questions for CJ, man? We've had some great guests on tonight, man. I hope you've learned about some of these new establishments, these full service. I call them full service providers for your barbecue needs. If they don't carry it, they'll get it for you. If they can't get it for you, that's because it isn't made. All right, I put all their links out there previously. If not, man, all you got to do is Google, or you can hit me up on a private message. I will send you. I will send these guys in your direction. We absolutely appreciate it. We absolutely appreciate it. Let me see. Any last minute? Yeah. Do any of you have YouTube channel? Great question. Great question, John. I appreciate it.
I do. Yes, I have Crawford's BBQ.
Crawford's BBQ, John.
I try to have some cool stuff on there. I try to do something that it's not so repetitive as so many other. I try to keep it fresh. You know.
You doing oxtails too, Bryan?
Honestly, I do have an oxtail on there. And
you need to put what you need to do is do a fajita class for Clarence. I heard he wants a class for fajitas.
Hey, you're about to get cut out of this live stream in a
it's
very
the beer talking.
In a very short period of time.
I'm not a big fan of fajitas, but one thing I did do is some mollejas.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
I'm a big fan of mollejas, and there's nothing wrong with a white boy doing some mollejas.
Did you boil them?
Check it out.
You got a little brown in you, Bryan. You got a little brown in you.
That's right. Well, I'm married to Mexican, so that kind of makes me something, right? No, I do not boil them. I do not.
Man, I've got Uncle Steve right here, and I would love to get Uncle Steve on this. Let me see if I can find him on Messenger and send him this.
Uncle Steve.
Only if he sends us some free rub.
Yeah.
If you want to cook good fajitas, outside skirt. Get some
Hey,
outside skirt. It's expensive as hell, man. But Jesus,
by,
you can't
by-
screw that up.
by the way, I have Wagyu outside skirt here in the store.
Really?
Yes, sir.
What does that go a pound?
Don't ask me questions when I've been drinking.
Too much.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's just expensive, man. But
It's
worth it.
hassle cattle. It's a good quality. And it honestly, it's probably about the price of what you pay Prime at HEB. Most hassle cattle is about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I
real quick,
gotta run, guys. But it was great being on the show with you, gentlemen.
Hey, it was an absolute
Real quick
pleasure,
before you
Roddy.
leave,
I
Roddy.
appreciate it, man.
Yeah,
Roddy,
Eddie.
real quick before you leave, again, the cook-off Memorial Day weekend in New Braunfels, Texas. We're gonna call it Texas Barbecue Depot presents its barbecue time in New Braunfels with CBA as the organizers of the event. So it's going to be here in New Braunfels. We're narrowing it down to 3 places that we should have probably by the end of next week. We'll have the spot reserved, and we'll post that on our social media and tag CBA, tag Fred, Roddy, and them, and it's going to be fun. Got a lot of sponsors that are eager for the cook-off. One of them, I've been drinking their beer all night long. Twisted X, thank you guys. They'll be hosting a VIP tent for our sponsors. Yeah, if I'm not drinking that other beer that Bryan has in his store, I'm drinking Twisted X, and it's awesome that you get sponsored by them because they give you free beer. Another sponsor that we're going to have, of course, is Julio's. So we'll have Julio's chips and queso out there, and we're starting to reach out to a lot of sponsors. So we'll have a lot of cool things out there for the cooks.
If you need some sponsors, man, just get a hold of CJ Bean, and
hell yeah, I need CJ to come on.
He'll give you 5 of his 50. You know. Hey, but Eddie, thanks so much for having confidence and faith in us, man. We look forward to doing the event with you guys. For the rest of you,
Steve-o.
Uncle Steve, send me a sample. CJ will give you all my information. But I gotta run, man.
You got it. All I need is a shipping address.
Hey,
Clarence,
easy.
give it to him.
I'm paying for mine. He should not be getting anything sampled.
You know, I saw your order today, and man, I couldn't wipe the smile off my face. If you think that what you ordered is all you're getting in your box, you're crazy.
My man,
I'm gonna stuff that baby so you can try everything we have.
My man,
that, man.
Dude, it's an absolute pleasure, man, to finally meet and have you on. And I will tell you, James, Aiming and Clayman, you know, I hit him up today and I said, man, give me the must-have from Uncle Steve. I said, I've never tried him. I've been listening to you YouTubers. Give me the must-have. And he gave me some, man, and I ordered them. And I can't wait to get a hold of them. And this is, I don't know how in the heck I have not heard of Uncle Steve prior to my our little YouTube venture. You know, these guys, obviously Bryan said that he carries it. But Eddie, I don't think Eddie does. I don't think Reba does.
No,
what's going on?
Not yet.
Up until about a year ago, before the pandemic, we were in Buc-ee's, small bottles, did very little social media. My YouTube channel was nothing. I was just kind of chugging along as a hobby. Pandemic hit and my regular business one day worked, the next day completely stopped. And I was like, you know what? I've got a nice little seasoning thing going. I have some real good flavors. It's time to see what I can do. This is my opportunity. And man, we hit it hard. We enlarged. I think we're up right now. We run everything through PayPal. And I think just our online sales were up over 3,000%. So that is awesome. You look at that 2 ways. We're way up and I'm thrilled with what we're doing. At the same time, that shows you how little we were doing before. But the getting on YouTube, hitting Facebook, encouraging cooks. You know, I only have about 500 subscribers on my channel for YouTube. I have almost 700 cooking videos from everybody you can imagine. Cooking with Shake, and you look it up and it's there. And you know, they're doing a big YouTube barbecue contest right now over on Joe's channel. And I jumped on and he said, I can't believe almost half the cooks on the first round were using one of the Uncle Steve's. Now, one of the things I think I'm the most proud of, you ask somebody, what's the go-to, what's their favorite? Every person you ask is going to say something different. You ask TNT, he's going to swear that it's the cow shake, that there is nothing better in the world, and he'll raise his arm, it's a cow shake, and go on and on. You talk to Daddy Dutch, and he's going to tell you it's the pig shake. You go to I can't remember who it is, but they say they eat the gator shake on every single thing they eat. So, and I noticed, I looked in your order, I think one of the things you ordered was the sweet dessert shake, which is a bread.
Don't tell these guys I ordered that.
No, hey, it's a brand new one that's out, and it almost came out on a dare.
Yeah.
Because I was talking about some of our things, and I said, man, you can eat it on anything except dessert.
Yeah.
And someone kind of jokingly said, well, I think it was, I'd come up with 4 new flavors, and they said, man, why don't you just do a dessert shake? And I was like, yeah, I got you. So we took 4 basic ingredients, balanced them out. I can't eat ice cream without it. I can't eat cookies without it. I can't eat it. So it's doing just as well as the others.
So are you just simple UncleSteve.com? How do people get a hold of you?
It's UncleSteveShake.com, www. You can order straight off the website. Like I said, Bryan carries it.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of mom and pop shops that will carry the full line. Now our Buc-ee's only carries original, spicier, and gator shake. And okay. I think Buc-ee's is kind of, and they're great. You don't make a lot of profit off of retail, and that's okay when you wholesale. But I think they're focusing on just, they have Suckle Busters. They have 5 or 6 different brands, but they only have a few of each one. As where when I first started, they had a whole wall, like a 6-foot section of all one brand. And, and 10 different flavors and the sauce. And I think they're getting away from that. I think they're starting to, just a few flavors of each one. But it just really, I've judged it on what tastes good to me. And I can't pick a favorite. I'll have a favorite for a couple weeks, and then I'll bump over to another one. Well, I really like this. So.
Well, man, you and Eddie need to get together because I think it's going to be something. Eddie, the way people rave about it in the YouTube circles, Eddie, is something you're going to want to carry. Yeah, I can't wait to get my order and get to trying things out. So I really appreciate anything extra you put in there, man. I'm looking forward to trying them out. And I'm so happy you were able to hop on here for a few.
Eddie, just for fun, what we usually do is I'll send out a sample box, a 4 to 5 ounce bottle of everything we have. Okay. And then I'll give you the sizes and price breakdown, and you go from there. And, because I don't want to say it's my second job. My regular business, I own a children's gymnastics company that I've done for 30 years. It's going to pop back up a little bit. I'm not letting go of this seasoning thing. This is fun for me, and we've got great flavors, but I'll get you some, and whatever you like, we'll work something out. Whatever you don't like, you know what? Because your store, what'll sell in your store. You know what your people like. And it changes all over the country. I sent a package to Switzerland today, and it was all one flavor. And at first I was thinking, man, doesn't he want to try all kinds of stuff? No, he's set on that one flavor because that's what they like. So I'll get you everything, and you'll know what you'll like, and what'll sell, and we'll work something out. I'll take good care of you.
Awesome, appreciate it, Chris.
Oh yeah,
sounds good, baby. Sounds good. Folks, any other questions out there? I'm not going to keep these guys much longer, man. All right, Joe said he just saw my beef cheeks. What did you think, Joe? What did you think? Puro raza, man. Puro raza. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you. I am telling you, I'm the man.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with buying yourself your own trophies.
Yeah.
I have a whole closet full. I'm feeling good about something I did, and I don't mean these little participation trophies.
Yes,
I'll
sir.
get myself a nice big cup. I'll make the Stanley Cup look like a water sipper.
In this house, I'm the man.
That's it. That's it.
Yes, sir. Hey, folks, we're going to shut this thing down, man. Yeah. I absolutely love the panel tonight. Some great info, man. I am hoping that we open your eyes to what some of these establishments have to offer. Hook them up. You know, ain't nothing better than buying local. There's nothing better than buying local. Uncle Steve, so happy you were able to hop in tonight, man.
Thank you so much.
Glad you hopped in. And man, it's just funny because today I put in my order. Today I put in my order. And,
I saw it.
Yes, and I'm looking forward to getting them, man, and we'll make this happen. So, gentlemen, thanks again for stopping in. The rest of the panel not here. We really appreciate them stopping in. And somebody want to know about Eddie. You need to do in your video for your process for those jumps.
Definitely. We do have the website up, badassdrumswithaz.com. The only reason we went with a Z and not a S is because the S was taken and they wanted me to buy it for 13 grand or something like that. So Badass Drums with a Z came out just because that was available, not with an S. We do shout out to Jackie, Team Chupacabra. She's one of our first ambassadors. She's going to be running a Badass Drum. If you didn't see it, just go to any of our social media, Badass Drums, on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok. She ordered a flat black with the pink accessories, and it came out beautiful. Again, we've got over 6,500 colors we can choose from. Depending on what color you want, it's going to vary in pricing, of course. Some are 2-step, some are 3-step that we have to bake 3 times. The process, we will eventually, once I get my retailer stocked up, because thank God, I mean, we pushed it about 2 weeks ago. I've got 7 stores that want these drums in their stores all over Texas. I've got a couple in Oklahoma wanting them. It's just been awesome. So my side hustle is quickly becoming my main hustle. So we're going to have some help. Again, we've got the powder coater in-house. We're thinking about getting our own CNC machine so we can do the fabrication in-house. Videos coming out shortly with Jackie with Team Chupacabras. We just picked up Dylan down in the valley. Dylan De Leon, thank you for becoming an ambassador with Badass Drums. We appreciate it. Jaime Garcia, JCG Barbecue. He's another guy that we are proud to call our friend, and also will be running the Badass Drums. And I believe we're working with 2 other pit masters that will be ambassadors over Texas. And of course, with CBA coming in strong, a lot of you guys are going to need an extra pit for that pork, and nothing better than a drum barrel for cooking pork, man. The flavor it gives it is delicious. Hey, I'm here to help everybody, and I'm here to sell the drums, man. So, and if we can throw some of Chris's products in there too, shoot, we'll throw that class too. So heck yeah.
Yes, sir.
Again, thanks, CJ. Having your class here at the shop back again, May 22nd, I believe, is the Friday and Saturday. 21st and 22nd. So hit us up, sign up. I've attended a lot of classes, and CJ by far is legit. I mean, he is from start to finish, will tell you everything. No filters with this guy. You ask him a question, he will answer it. You've got your own techniques, as we all do, and we'll say, well, hey, have you ever tried this? And it's like, it's not about us, it's CJ's class, so let him teach his class, and at the end he does the question and answer, so let him work. But his class he's been here twice. Doesn't change anything. And the last class we had here, one of the guys took the class. The next weekend, he competed at one of the events that I put on dude hit a first place brisket, and he couldn't believe it, man. He's gotten so many grand champions, reserves. He's 2020 San Antonio Rodeo grand champion. Great instructor, great friend, and nothing but love for you, Clarence. Appreciate you, man.
Much appreciated. I appreciate that. All right. So, Bryan, thank you so much for hanging out tonight. I saw your phone died. You're now in your vehicle.
Yeah,
All right.
I had to plug it in. I was like, well, shit, I'm on home. And I was able to join back in. Hello, Steve.
All right.
Hey, Bryan. Good man. Good to see you again.
You too.
Hey. So I'm even I'm gonna hit Reba because she might have missed you, Uncle Steve. And Reba is from the Barbecue Depot, the South Texas BBQ Emporium in Beeville.
Great.
Yeah. I will hook you two up because I'm sure she's gonna want to carry your products because
awesome.
it's gonna be good stuff. But gentlemen, I'm not gonna keep you guys any longer, man. I want to thank you guys once again for hanging out with Mom and Papa Joe's. Folks, if you haven't yet gone to Smoking Joe's Pit Barbecue on YouTube to go check out the virtual Pitmaster competition, a series of videos of cooks competing against each other, and you vote. Pitmasters of YouTube, Smoking Joe's Pit Barbecue. You go to his channel, you hit the community button, and the paired competitors are there. You will watch their videos and then vote on whose video you thought were better, whose overall videos were better. Take a look. And then you're entered into win. You're entered in a raffle to win a variety of different items to include some high dollar pits. So it's going to be something worth your while. All right. If we have nothing else, man, thank you guys so much for hanging out. And we're going to call it an evening. Come back in next Tuesday. Next Thursday. We're going to be talking to some cooks who have just recently, in the last year or so, opened up some pop-up barbecue little joints. And they're doing very well. So if that's something you're interested in, we're going to be talking about it next Thursday. Uncle Steve, I would hope to see you back here again next Thursday, buddy.
Well, I'm there. You know I will.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. Gentlemen, y'all have a good evening.
Good night, guys.
Good time, guys. Good evening.
Eddie, that was cool, man.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. I really think you got to showcase the shop, man. And I'm glad you took your time. I felt like the other two might have rushed a little bit, but I'm glad you took your time because I wasn't in any rush. Yeah.
Nobody else can definitely see that.
Yeah.
I forgot. I was going to pull a bean and bring out all my sponsors, man, but that would have taken 30 minutes or so. Shoot.
All right. So we're
all right,
good.
man.
All right. So I will holler at you later.
All right, brother. Thanks again.
Later.
See you later.
We were.
Okay. It's okay.
No, I didn't say anything bad.
No. Oh my God. You are amazing.
No, I think that worked really well,
Yeah,
man.
it
That was
was
another good one.
52 was the high.
Okay,
You finished
okay.
at 42.
Ah, excellent.
Good job.
Excellent. Yeah, that was a good one.
Mm-hmm. I started chatting with the folks. I was trying to get you to ask Darnell's question.
What was his question?